Hello, Levitical Kingdom Privateers. On September the 12th and 13th, we are hosting the first annual Holy Nation of the Ecclesia Conference. The theme is Threshold Covenant, with great worship brought to us by the Woodcock Singers, a great MC known as Plain Flyer 21, speakers like Dr. Mike Spalding, Jim Odell, Randy Conway, C2K Rick, and our keynote speaker, the world-renowned Vicki Joy Anderson. And don't miss a very special and world-altering Friday night event that will equip you for what is coming. Admission is free for our naturalized families and very affordable for our guests. Head over to c2kreport.com and scroll down on the homepage to find our link to purchase tickets for your friends and family. And remember, it's all about the blood.
Not to offend anyone, but the only reason why you're religious is because you're scared. Scared of God, scared of Jesus, scared of hell, scared of demons. Religions thrive on fear because once you stop being scared and start learning and exploring on your own, you will have a whole different outlook on religion.
Howdy and welcome to the Privateers Volley. No, religion is not based on fear. It's based on purpose and need. Now, yes, man has used religion and tried to manipulate people with religion. And that, yes, is where fear tactics come in. But if you're saying that people fear God or fear Jesus because there are things that if they don't do, they're going to, be judged. Well, that's just common sense, right? That's just common sense. If you and I were to go out and do something that we knew would affect somebody else in an adverse way, we will get judged by society. Society is going to also judge us. Are you not afraid to kill someone? Otherwise, you don't kill someone because you're afraid that if you do, it's going to affect the rest of your life. You know that it's wrong. So, yes, there is an element of fear. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of God. There is no question about that. However, religion is not based on fear. Religion is based on purpose and need. The purpose of religion is to fulfill the desire of God. God desired to have mankind. He created us in His image. He placed us here, and He gave us a purpose. And that purpose was to govern, to oversee, to steward, to have dominion over this earth. Now, we miserably failed in doing that because we contracted. We contracted with the antagonist of the story because there is a backstory. And we don't have to know all of the backstory to know that the backstory that's there is true to explaining the purpose that we have on this earth. All religion on earth started with Torah. Torah is the story of how it all began. All other so-called religion is just retold stories of the Torah. That's all that really any other religion is. So if you start to factor in Buddhism or Islam or any other religion that's off of the trail that began with Torah, you can easily see that they're just manipulations of the original variety. Christianity is a fulfillment of the thing, the purpose that we were given. So we were purposed to have dominion. We gave away that authority that dominion to someone who is a deceiver, someone who has tricked mankind and societies into all kinds of transgression. And following into that transgression through the works of the fallen angels, through all of the deceptions that were laid before us, brought us into a chasm, a place where there was a chasm between us and God. And the only way for that chasm to be filled was for the contract to be fulfilled. The contract was one of blood. So God had to send his only begotten Son into this world to give his life for that purpose. Now, of course, giving his life didn't mean that he was going to permanently give his life away. He gave his life by shedding his blood, but then because of the fact that he, being the person of Jesus Christ, is not mortal, may have taken mortal form, but he himself, he is not mortal. He was never dead. He rose again. So we have this situation where the fulfillment of that has taken place, and that's where Christians come from. Now, that's caused lots of religious wars over the years, and so I can see where you're coming from on religion being based on fear. However, I'd like to use kind of a word picture to explain it. The closest thing we come to being creators is planting a garden. When we plant a garden, you put a bean in the ground or you put a carrot seed in the ground, and over time it does its thing and it shoots up out of the ground and creates life. That life is not fearful of you because it's dependent on you. It needs you to water it. It needs you to provide access to sun. It needs you to provide the engagement with the soil to ensure that the soil is sufficient for its growth and to keep all other predatory things away from it so that it can grow. We are in the same way looked at by God the same way. He provides for us. He provides for us access to light. He provides for us, protection from predatory things. He teaches us what things are predatory so that we can stay away from those things. We can choose to live our lives cleanly, away from the things that would impact our life. Now, whether we choose to or not determines how good we grow, or how fast we grow, or how strong that we grow. But that is why religion is in no way based on fear. It cannot be based on fear. It is only man who manipulates other man through the fear of religion. That is the truth. Everything we do here, Privateers Volley, it's all about the blood. See you next time.